Imagine the entire internet as an endless cosmic ocean. What you visit every day, your social media feeds, your favourite news sites, the streaming services, that's just the surface, the bright, visible tip of a vast digital iceberg. This surface web accounts for about 5% of all content online. It's the part that massive search engines can easily map and index. But beneath that surface lies the immense deep web, an ocean floor of information that requires a key or a login. Think of your private email inbox, your corporate network files, or your bank statements. These are not secret, they are simply protected, making up a staggering 90% of the internet. And then, in the darkest, deepest corner of that ocean, there is a hidden layer, the dark web. This is not a place you stumble into, it's an intentionally concealed infrastructure, a protected overlay network requiring specialised software to access. To step into this realm is to put on a mask of digital invisibility, and the technology that makes it possible is one of the most powerful and misunderstood privacy tools ever built, the Onion Router, or also known as Tor. The name Tor is the key understanding to the system. It refers to a process called onion routing, named after the multi-layered encryption that protects your identity. When you send a request, say you click a link, that request is wrapped in layers of digital encryption, just like layers of an onion. This message is then sent on a unique randomized journey through a chain of at least 3 independent anonymous computers around the world known as nodes. The first node, the entry guard, only knows your identity, and the next relay. It peels off one layer of encryption. The second, a middle relay, only knows the node before and the node after it. And the third, the exit node, peels off the final layer, revealing the destination of your request. But crucially, it has no knowledge of where your request originally came from. This system guarantees profound anonymity, masking your true IP address and location. But anonymity comes at a cost, a kind of latency tax. Routing a simple request through 3 heavily encrypted global hops takes time. This inherently slowness, this architectural friction, dictates the entire visual aesthetic of the dark web. If you're expecting sleek, high-definition websites, you'd be surprised. The majority of the dark websites look decades old, text-heavy, simple HTML interfaces that resemble old bulletin board systems. This minimalism is a fundamental requirement. Complex coding, high-resolution images, or heavy scripts are stripped away to minimize the data load, ensuring the pages can load reliably over the high-latency Tor network. In this world, simplicity is the ultimate security measure. It reduces data, speeds up transfer, and minimizes the potential attack surface. The addresses themselves are also a major technical hurdle. You won't find easy-to-remember .com domains here. Instead, you encounter the .ion top-level domain. This is a cryptographic address, a non-mnemonic string of characters that are not part of a conventional internet's centralized naming system. When an onion service is created, the address is algorithmically generated from the server's public key. The address is a cryptographic link to the service's identity. For current realist technical documentation, we focus on the modern standard, version 3, or v3 addresses. The older v2 addresses were short, only 16 characters. Today, v3 addresses are a massive 56 characters long. This exponential increase was driven by the necessity for greater security, replacing older, weaker cryptography with modern standards. The complexity is so profound that even generating a slightly memorable prefix, a vanity address, requires staggering computal resources. And because the dark web is intentionally hidden, no conventional search engines can index it. Finding content requires specialised, dedicated indexes. One of the most responsible navigation tools is a search engine like Amia, which is highly recommended for educational analysis because it actively works to filter out illegal content, promoting transparency and focusing purely on legal and ethical services. Now we must address the persistent public misconception. While the dark corners of this network facilitate illegal activities, any authoritative analysis must acknowledge the network's critical and often life-saving legitimate functions. Data suggests that approximately 43% of the content and activity on the dark web is legal, and it is here that the true power of anonymity is realised. This technology is fundamentally neutral. Its designation as a tool, for good or ill, depends entirely on the intent of the user. For human rights organisations, journalists and political activists operating under oppressive surveillance or severe censorship, the Tor network is an essential shield, enabling secure communication and the dissemination of critical information without fear of reprisal. The best proof of the network's reliability is the institutional trust it has earned. Major news organisations around the world utilise SecureDrop, a whistleblower platform hosted on the dark web, to allow sources to submit sensitive documents with full confidence in their anonymity. Perhaps the most significant example is the presence of one of the world's largest social media companies, Facebook. It maintains a dedicated verified.onion service. They didn't do this for marketing, they did it for security. It ensures that users accessing the site via Tor don't trigger error messages or security alarms, but more importantly, it helps mitigate sophisticated malicious attacks that can occur when accessing a site over the Tor network. The sheer fact that a company of this scale trusts the Tor infrastructure for its core service is a profound statement about its technical robustness. So, when we look at the dark web for educational purposes, we are not exploring a sensationalised landscape of crime. We are conducting a technical analysis of a high-security, anonymity-focused communication system by focusing exclusively on the elegant mechanics of onion routing, the deep cryptographic strength of the V3 addresses, and the verified presence of institutional services. We demystify this powerful technology. The dark web is a complex infrastructure built on the principle that privacy is a right. It is a dual-edged sword, but one that is absolutely essential for digital anonymity in a world of increasing surveillance, enabling secure communication, press freedom, and the crucial ability to share information when your life or liberty might depend on staying hidden. Understanding its architecture is understanding the future of digital freedom. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about the dark web, it would mean a lot to me if you subscribed and checked out my other videos. They're factual and informative and are never opinion based. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.